welcome to Still Buffering, a sister's guide to teens through the ages. I am Riley Smurl.
I'm Sydney McElroy.
And I'm Taylor Smurl.
Well, sisters, how are you all today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. That was non-committal, but I guess we'll have to roll with it.
I'm sad that spooky season is almost over.
I know. I love this time of year and watching scary movies, and I just don't want to have to stop talking about it.
I agree. I'll have to take out all my Halloween decorations in my room I just put up like a week ago.
You really went all in on Halloween decorations in your room.
Yeah. You all gave me some pumpkin lights that make music whenever you make a loud noise. Like every time I open my door, they go off, and I keep them on all day. And I have like sugar skull lights and candles and bats taped all over my room.
You have like fake potions books.
Fake potions books with a skull on top.
I mean, you don't have to give it up. You could just like be like kind of gothy for the rest of your life and just keep the decorations up forever.
That's true.
That's true. But also I need to make room for all my Christmas decorations.
See, I was just at a Rite Aid, and they had a sale on all their Halloween decorations, and they had these spooky bottles that lit up. I totally just bought them for home decor. I'm like, no, these will go on my headboard. These are appropriate.
Our house has kind of become that since Charlie was born, because we keep accumulating buddies from various seasons.
That is
so true. We have Halloween buddies, which are little small Halloween yard figures, and then we've accumulated Christmas buddies. Like they also make these kind of large stuffed animals that stand up for various seasons. So we have like all kinds of seasonal Mickey Mouses. We have a seasonally themed Yoda and Captain America. And I mean, and they're all just different seasons. So, and they're all here together. We have an Easter Elsa and a fall Minnie and a Halloween Mickey and Christmas Yoda. So I don't know. Everybody just, all seasons collide here in this house.
That sounds wonderful.
It's like that island from Peter Pan. Every corner is a different season.
That's pretty much what's happening here. We had at the same time like Christmas lights up in her room, and then she had these little fake ghost decals that she was putting up on her wall. I don't know. She takes after you, I guess, Riley. She just loves the seasons.
She loves decorating just like me.
Whatever holiday seasons apply.
Christmas comes, hang snowflakes from my ceiling, make them all every year, make snowflakes, put them on my door, put Christmas lights everywhere, cardboard cutouts of reindeer that I paint, and snowmen, and Christmas trees, and Christmas lights, and glitter everywhere.
Now, with Halloween almost upon us, not so much trick-or-treat, because I'm assuming, sisters, that you're not going trick-or-treating.
I'm not going trick-or-treating.
Taylor's thinking about it.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know.
I'm assuming we don't go trick-or-treating now, but that still doesn't mean we won't dress up in costumes.
I got a party to go to. I got to dress up.
Do you have a reason to dress up, Tay?
I have a couple. I've got my work is having a party on Saturday night, and then I'm going out on Monday night, actual Halloween.
So I also have a very cool party.
Do you have a cool party, Sid?
I have a cool party. I will be home at a reasonable hour because I have a baby, but I do have a cool party to go to. And then we're going to a murder mystery the week after that, where we have to have costumes. Although I will be honest, if I manage to put together a costume I'm happy with, I will wear the same one twice.
See, I'm putting together 2 different costumes.
Of course you are.
I have 2 different parties just because I'm going out, or 2 different costumes because I'm going out 2 different nights. So that's fine.
Guys, I admire that you're coming up with different costumes and that you managed to put them together.
I themed my costumes around my crowd I will be around. So I had to come up with kind of like a cool, cute costume for when I'm at my cool party. And then I was allowed to come up with any kind of costume I wanted for this murder mystery, because we're going to a murder mystery in a castle in the woods. Like, I don't think anyone's judging anyone that's there. So I get to wear whatever I want.
No, this is a giant glass house. There will be no stones present.
What's your cute cool costume?
I am dressing as the Disney Princess Belle, but not the yellow dress because that's too much. The blue one, which is my personal favorite, with the apron, like the scene where she has like all the books and she's in the library and they're all like, bonjour, bonjour. Bonjour.
I like Belle because she's a princess who reads.
And I'm assuming all the other ones do, but you never see them read, so who knows?
So there's no proof.
There's no proof.
They may watch TV instead.
Maybe. If TV was around, but I feel like all of them were before TV.
Yeah, probably not.
I mean, Ariel was underwater. I feel like books wouldn't work very well there. She also tried to brush her hair with a fork, so I don't know if the intelligence scale was super duper high.
Yeah.
Like learned intelligence. She was clever.
Just not so much from book learning.
No.
And Cinderella didn't have time to read because she was just cleaning all the time. When she wasn't cleaning, she was just wearing pretty dresses. So.
And Rapunzel could do lots of things.
Now Rapunzel
She
did
read a book.
Rapunzel
That was a
did
line
read.
in a song. Yeah.
Yep.
I know, but the same 3 books over and over again.
She does. Oh, Sydney,
I'm just saying.
where do you? I'm going to defend Rapunzel because she's my favorite princess. Where do you expect her to get those books?
I'm just saying she read the same 3 books over and over
because
again.
those are the only 3 books she has. Where do you expect her to get them? She's trapped in a tower.
How do you know she even knows all the words? Charlie will pretend to read books. Sometimes she can't read. She pretends.
Well, Rapunzel is very smart and thinks that lanterns in the sky are stars.
You know, the fact that she does clearly know how to read, and that evil stepmom of her must have been the one to teach her, that's kind of a weird level of that story. Like, she taught her how to read. She's still evil
is
lady,
weird.
but, you know, she clearly educated this girl.
She got her books and she got her paint and she got her stuff.
A
Right?
proper
She-
hairbrush. She didn't have a
She is
fork.
a Renaissance. She is a Renaissance woman. She can do lots of things.
She can like
Climbing
do
and baking
ventriloquy
and darts and ventriloquism and
make
candle making
candles.
And brush and brush and brush and brush her hair.
Anyway, what are you going as, Taylor?
Well, I feel like I've had like a nonstop parade of costumes because Comic-Con was just like a couple weeks ago, and my friend and I did full on like Link and Shadow Link cosplay. So that was a
Yeah,
whole
that was
construction
cool.
effort. That was fun. And then for the Halloween party, we're doing a villains theme. So I'm doing Harley Quinn, which I know like a million billion girls have done this year. I'm doing the classic one though in the jester suit. And then for Halloween night, I'm going as Eleven from Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah, I love that costume.
That was actually Justin and I have been kicking around going as characters from Stranger Things as well this Halloween. If we can, that seems like something I could probably pull together before then.
Oh yeah.
I was debating though going as Barb.
Oh, Barb.
Poor Barb, because
You
I thought that
would
would
be
be
Barb.
funny. Although I really like the idea of going as Winona Ryder's character
Just carry around some Christmas
and
lights.
carrying around Christmas lights.
Wow. Yeah, I saw someone at Comic-Con that had just built the back wall behind them, so it like
Oh.
stood off their back with all the letters on it and had the lights over it, and then she had a phone wrapped around her. It's really cool.
That is cool. There is no way I would do that. I would
you
pull
have
that
to.
off. No way will I be able.
The
no.
bar has been set.
No, we debated that. We debated one costume that I know, Riley, you're using for the murder mystery weekend.
Mabel Pines from Gravity Falls.
Oh, super cute.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that. And we'll be trying to find a way to put fake braces on my teeth. 'Cause
there
I gotta
has
go
to be a
full-
YouTube video
full
for
out,
this.
All out.
Yeah.
I still
And
figure it
then
out.
I've also talked to Justin about us going as Doug and Patty Mayonnaise.
Oh, that'd be cute.
So I think that would be fun.
I don't know who that is.
What?
Riley, I am so disappointed in you.
I
you were showing me pictures. Yeah, you were showing me pictures like, should we go as this? Should we go as this? Oh, look at this. And you showed it to me. I was like, it's cute. Who is
That must have been very confusing when you looked, because it was actually a picture of Doug dressed as Quail Man. But
Also
there
a
were,
great costume.
that's probably a good example of some of the fun pop culture costumes from back in our day. I was reading about like back when Taylor, when you and I were younger, some of the popular Halloween costumes from the time period. There were lots of, I think like in the 90s, you see lots of popular culture themed costumes, because like a lot of the things that were big were, like I saw a lot of Fresh Prince costumes, a lot of Saved by the Bell costumes, a lot of the various musical artists from the time. So like the boy bands, TLC was a really big costume like for groups. The Spice Girls, those were really popular. There were a lot of during the various elections, there were a lot of politically themed costumes. So like the Hanging Chad.
Which I still don't get. I saw it in How I Met Your Mother like 3 seasons in a row, and I still don't get it.
Do you know what a Chad is?
Like a guy named Chad, like from
this is the base of your
Chad Radwell.
No. Okay. So during the 2000 election, there were ballots in Florida. Like there was a recount,
That's
right?
You
like
said
George
2000
W. Bush.
election. That was the year I was born. How do you expect me to know what's going on the year I was born?
Okay, fair enough. So there was a recount. George W. Bush won, except that Al Gore challenged it, and there was a recount. Specifically in Florida, they recounted all these ballots, and the punch cards that weren't completely punched through, the little piece of cardboard that was still hanging in the little hole is called a Chad.
Why?
And if there was a question,
Why do you call that a Chad?
I don't know. There was a question as to if it was hanging there. Did they count those? And then there were also pregnant Chads.
So they're like sticking out of it?
It was like when it poked like an obvious punch into it, but it didn't actually poke it out of the card.
Well, this is
Like, why does that not count?
I don't know. There were a lot of problems with that election. Anyway.
I was gonna say, this is quality spooky content for a Halloween episode. Hanging Chads. Sounds spooky, is boring.
I would say the specter of voter fraud is a fictional creation that has been used to terrify many people this election season.
It's true. That is true. That is a terrifying thing.
The other thing is costumes. Like Ross Perot was like one of the most popular costumes of the 90s.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, Ross Perot was a third-party candidate who ran for president in 1992, and actually like got some of the vote as a third-party candidate. But I mean, he lost.
But like, why was he so popular?
I guess because he kind of had bigger ears.
It was funny.
That's it.
And his voice, people like to mimic.
Yeah, funny to listen to.
Poor guy.
He had a lot of charts and graphs.
I feel bad for him.
In retrospect, it doesn't seem funny. And it was the year that Ross Perot was like one of the most popular costumes. One of the other most popular costumes was Catwoman.
Yeah, but isn't one of the like forever popular costumes? There will never not be a year where all like a fair percentage of people want to be Catwoman.
Yeah, you always run into a few Catwomans when you're out on Halloween. But those were some of the ones that I saw as like really popular. And it's funny because like as I moved back from the 90s, I was looking through like popular costumes from the 90s, and as I look back into the 80s, you get so much like there were so fewer like popular culture references. Like most popular costume from like 89, it said like sexy witch.
You think it took a little while for Halloween to be like totally for adults, at least market wise, with like making costumes like that?
Maybe, because like that is the next level. Like the first level of Halloween costume is like
I'm generic costumes.
Yes, I'm dressed as a cat.
I'm a deer.
I'm a deer.
That's a really popular costume.
Really?
Yeah.
Deer?
Last year, that was one of the most popular costumes because all these girls got really into doing like the deer makeup. So like they would like put super dark like bronzer like on their cheekbones to make it look like a deer, like the color of deer's hair, fur, whatever that is, their hair, the hair that's on their body. And then they put like the white dots on and wear antlers.
Is deer the new cat? Because cat was always like the cute
there were also
costume.
cats, but I think deer may be the new cat.
Deer is the new cat.
Oh, okay.
But last year, that was also very true. You're talking about a lot of generic costumes being more popular in the 80s. And I think that was also very true for recently. Yeah. Because this year, there have been some pop culture costumes, but then a lot of people just are like, I don't really know what to wear. I'm just going to be a cat or a deer. You know, be a deer if you want to be a deer. Yes, deer is the new cat. I realize it sounds silly. It's true. Welcome to 2016. Deer is the new cat.
Can you say it in like a Regina George voice, please?
Deer is the new cat. Stop trying to make cat happen. Cat is never going to happen.
But I mean, Riley, I remember this being kind of true in high school. It's like you want to dress up for Halloween, but you can't look like you cared too much. Like you want to be cute, but you don't want to like I spent 3 weeks on this. It's gonna be like, just whatever. Got some ears and put on some makeup.
Yeah. That's also very true with all the super cool people at my high school because they just like wearing, like, if you could imagine, if you will, the scene in Mean Girls where they just wear, like, no clothes and animal ears.
Yeah.
That's about accurate.
I think this is a good moment. We have to take a second to talk about the sexy costumes. Mm-hmm. And by the sexy costumes, I mean like, and I'm using the terminology.
Labeled.
They're labeled sexy whatever. Just as Sexy Witch was Sexy Witch.
Yeah.
And they've taken it to a whole new level because it used to be like sexy firefighter, sexy police officer, sexy, I don't know.
Poop emoji.
Sexy what?
I don't think
Poop emoji.
that's one of the classics.
It is a costume.
I believe that it is
Costume.
a costume.
It is a costume?
Yes.
Sexy poop emoji?
Yes. Got a little hat that has like the eyes on it.
Is that
and
in
a, like, swirl
Revelations?
at the top.
Is that a sign of the end?
How can you be sexy and be poop?
It's kind of just like a really tight, like a duct tape dress, like the ones that are just kind of like just covering the skin but not giving any other shape except the shape of your skin, like just you wrap duct tape around yourself, like brown.
Well, why?
Who knows?
But so it's not like a pile, like it's just wrapping you.
Is it
because-
a cute hat? I feel like a cute hat is always necessary in the sexy costumes.
Yeah, it has the cute hat. It's got like the eyes on it from the emoji.
At that point, you're just a turd.
No, you're sexy poop emoji.
If it has the eyes, then you're a poop emoji, Sid.
No, I'm not okay with this. When I said they've taken it too far, I meant like we've gone from sexy, pirate to like sexy Pikachu. That was kind of what I was referencing.
Yeah.
Like,
And then from sexy Pikachu to sexy poop emoji.
and let me say this. I always felt pressure, and especially in high school, I had a lot of friends who would dress as something that was like intentionally cute or maybe somewhat revealing, but something attractive, like a costume that was attractive.
Mm-hmm.
They were not going as something to be scary or to be funny. It was like, no, I want to look good in the costume. And I was always torn because you'd come up with these clever ideas. It's kind of like what I'm going through right now with the Stranger Things. Do I want to dress as Barb? That's hilarious. Barb is a funny costume. But, when I go out, I like to feel really good about how I look.
Yeah.
And will I feel really good about how I look in a flowered, blouse with big giant glasses and
Now, would you get the wig?
jeans up under? I'd have to get a wig. I mean, like, I don't know if I'd feel really good about how I looked. And so, like, should I give in to the impulse that says I want to look good in a costume or stand on principle? No, I'm going to be clever and funny. And I think the problem is that those two camps get pitted against each other a lot. Mm-hmm. Like, the people who like to dress as sexy whatever are seen as like, oh, give me a break, sexy whatever. And then on the other hand, like, you have the people who want to dress something cool and nerdy, like, why are you dressed like that? Why don't you look cute? When everybody should just wear what they feel good in.
Yeah. If you want to be a sexy poop emoji, be a sexy poop emoji. And if you want to be Barb from Stranger Things, be Barb from Stranger Things.
That's right. And no shaming anybody. Because that's where I think this comes down to. I guess that's what I'm trying to say is like, being someone who has lived my life pretty firmly planted in the nerdy camp, mm-hmm. There's a lot of like shaming of the girls who are dressed as a sexy mouse or a sexy deer or a sexy bunny. And that's not fair. You should dress as a sexy whatever if you want to.
Yeah, I agree.
But don't if you don't want to.
Yeah, like if you want to dress as like, just a regular poop emoji, you don't have to make it sexy.
Riley just wants everybody to go as poop emojis.
I really want everyone to go as poop
I don't want anyone to go as a poop. Do whatever you want, but don't do that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put my foot down on poop, not actually on poop. That would be unfortunate. But
that's another fun Halloween game. You set that on fire on someone's front porch.
Yes. But is it a sexy bag of poop? Can I be a sexy bag of poop? A flaming garbage. Flaming poop.
A sexy flaming bag of dog poop. That's the newest Halloween costume.
New hit costume.
That's going to be the new deer. There you go.
I'm a flaming bag of dog poop, but, sexy.
I want to keep talking about Halloween costumes, but first, let's check out the group message.
All right, let's check it out.
So first this week, we have another commercial for you, if you will, for Storm Song, which is Alison Griner's book. It is still in the top 3 of the Inkshares contest, which is awesome. The contest ends October 31st, so there's still time to support this buffer. For as low as $10, which is one portrait of Alexander Hamilton, you can order this book about magic, pirates, and a man who'd sacrifice anything to save his family. And just for Still Buffering fans, she's added a character named Lady Smurl to honor the support she's received from our tribe. Check out bit.ly/stormsong for info on how to order as well as sample chapters. Again, order Storm Song at bit.ly/stormsong to help a buffer achieve her dream before time runs out.
So hurry. You have till October 31st.
You have like 5 days?
Yeah.
Just go do
Get
it.
there.
Get it.
Get there now.
Yeah.
Check this out. Support our buffer. It's only one Hamilton.
Yeah. It's not that much. That would be enough.
What else we got going on in the group message?
Taylor, you want to do this one?
Which one? Guess it doesn't matter.
Either one.
Either one.
All right. Well, this is a message for Caitlin Scarpino. And this message is from Joe. And Joe wants to say, Happy 3rd anniversary, Kate. I love you and hope this is a decent surprise gift.
Aww.
It's adorable.
Happy 3rd anniversary,
Yeah.
Kate and Joe.
And it's
Which-
super adorable, but it gets even more adorable. Sydney, why?
Because Kate is going to be so surprised because she also got a message for Joe.
What?
And Kate says, Happy anniversary. We thankfully didn't know each other as teenagers, but I've enjoyed sharing stories from those awkward years as we listen to Still Buff. I love you, even if you did wear Jenko jeans. Here's to 3 fantastic years. May there be 300 more to follow. I'm assuming science will defeat aging any day now. Happy anniversary. I love you. Aww.
That's the most adorable thing. To surprise, Jumbotrons there for you.
We
from
are
each other.
assuming they are the same Kate and Joe. If they're not, that's maybe even more magical.
I know. Either way, this is some Halloween magic.
Yes.
I think it is. I'm gonna say it is. It's Halloween magic at
Yes.
its best.
Yes, I think this is some full-on craft action.
Yes.
Good
So
job, guys.
happy anniversary, Kate and Joe.
Happy anniversary.
Here's to many, many more wonderful
300
spoopy years. 300 more years.
More
Sydney
years,
science.
just farther and farther away from that Junko Gene period. Just put some years between you and those.
I am science. I'll fix aging for you.
Yes. Sydney will do it all herself.
Uh-huh. Well, through the years, I kind of talked about, I feel like there are different levels of Halloween costumes. And I feel like through the years growing up, you kind of experience that. Like in the beginning, when we were little, Taylor, I remember we had a lot of costumes like everybody did. Like I remember us going as Angel and Devil more than once.
Yeah.
Now,
That was
it would be
Mom's
interesting.
design. I think that was a read.
Well, I was the devil.
I know.
Hey.
I was a sweet little baby angel when I was a baby.
Uh-huh.
That's true.
We went as Angel and Devil a lot. I really enjoyed dressing like a pirate. That was probably my favorite thing. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. We had the usual like parade of baby costumes like bumblebees and pumpkins and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Riley, I remember you once went as Wednesday Addams for Halloween.
Yeah, I did, Sydney. That's exactly who I was. But ask anyone who gave me candy that night, and they'll tell you I was a pilgrim. Because that's what everyone thought I was, and it was very depressing. I had a headless doll. I had a black wig that was in braids. I had the dress. I had shoes. I had tights. I had it all. And yet, guess who got mistaken for a pilgrim?
They did. They routinely thought you were a
Like,
pilgrim.
literally every single house. There was this woman who used to live on our street before we moved who would always take pictures of me every Halloween.
Yes, she did. I don't know what happened
It
to
was a
those.
little weird. We
Those
never got the
pictures are
pictures. She's always
somewhere
took the
weird.
pictures. But she was always the first house we went to, and I went to her house, and I was like, "Hi, I'm here to take my picture and get some candy, trick or treat." She was like, "Oh, you're such a cute little pilgrim." That's how my night started.
And you were a pilgrim the rest of the night.
Yes. Which happened again, like 2 years later, when I was Peter Pan, and everyone thought I was Robin
thought
Hood.
you were a pilgrim? Oh, okay.
No,
I was Peter Pan. I dressed as a pilgrim, but I was Peter Pan.
I was Peter Pan dressed as a pilgrim.
Peter Pan in disguise as a pilgrim. All right.
But yeah, a few people, not as many as thought I was a pilgrim. A few people thought I was Robin Hood,
Yeah.
which is very upsetting to me. Like, no, obviously, do you see this?
Now I get the confusion there. Those are very similar costumes.
I threw glitter. I had a pouch of glitter. That was my fairy
Did you throw
dust.
glitter as you said trick or treat? Trick or treat.
Except it was a thing that I was told I should do because Mom gave me a little pouch of fairy dust. So it was kind of like, trick or treat, as I threw glitter. Trick or treat, throw glitter.
Trick or treat from the magical land of Neverland. I am Peter Pan, here to whisk your children away to never grow old. Can I have some candy?
Also, your children.
Also, I'm here to take your children.
I mean, if
Thanks.
you prepared a speech, not that speech, at least not the end of it, then people would have known what you were. You could have solved that problem for you.
I like the idea. I'm going to tell Charlie that she has to prepare a speech for trick or treat.
Every house, you have to introduce yourself, and depending on how well you do, determines if you get candy or not. You've got to be in character, a hundo.
We have practiced it a lot.
Except instead of trick or treat, she just says, "Can I have some candy, please?"
That works.
She
Which,
does.
like, that's the whole point.
We have prepared her for that they might say, "What are you, little girl?" And we'll say that, and she always says, "A bumblebee." And we've had this, we've practiced while she's been in costume, and she is not a bumblebee. Like, she has a Belle costume, she has an Anna costume, she has an Elsa costume, she has a Supergirl costume. Like, she has lots of costumes that aren't a bumblebee. But every time I ask her, "What are you supposed to be?" she goes, "A bumblebee."
So come Halloween night, Charlie will be trick-or-treating as whatever she chooses to go as, but I don't think it's going to be a bumblebee. And they're going to go, "Oh, what are you, little girl? A bumblebee?"
No,
No.
Have you given her the option of being a bumblebee?
she does have a bumblebee costume. She just never wants to wear it.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I got her a Rey costume
From Star Wars?
Yes, and I've been working on it. I'm trying to talk her into it. It was so cool. Last year she went as a Ghostbuster. The year before that she was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and now it's like princess.
Sydney, I will say the past 2 years, your little girl who loves princesses and dresses and makeup more than like anyone ever. Like, she loves them. You know she does. Was in like a pajama onesie the past 2 years. Which, like, the first year she was like 2 months old. It's like understandable. She didn't go trick or treating. Last year she was in just like a sweatsuit that was Ghostbusters.
It was a Ghostbuster. It was a cute little.
I was a Ghostbuster
costume.
last year. It's fine.
Now you were an adult. That was your choice. Sydney, did Charlie make that choice? Was she walking through the aisles going, no, not this? Yes. Sweatsuit that has Ghostbuster stuff on it.
I just have to fight back against all of society that is telling her she needs to be pink.
They're not telling her she needs to be pink.
All of society.
She's 2. She loves princesses. I've watched that little girl. I try to turn on like Teen Titans, like real Teen Titans. No. No. Can we watch Sophia? How about Frozen? Sophia the First, princess. Frozen, about 2 princesses. There.
All I'm saying is that you go to buy Halloween costumes, and this problem is still the same as it was when we were growing up. There is a section that is clearly designated for little girls because all of the costumes have cardboard pictures of little girls wearing them, and it is just pink, sparkle, frill everywhere. And then there is the section that is clearly supposed to be for little boys because it has cardboard pictures of little boys everywhere, and they're all like the cool costumes. They get to be like,
You're saying Wednesday
pirates
Addams
and
is pink and
ninjas
frill and sparkly and not a cool costume?
Find that costume.
Yeah.
But I mean that's when you can put together. But find that costume when you go to the store, and the kid is like looking at all the costumes. The message they're sending is, if we have decided you're a girl, we have decided these are the costumes you should wear. And if we have decided you're a boy, these are the costumes we've decided you should wear. And by the way, the ones that are quote unquote boy costumes include all of the police officers, all of the firefighters, all of the doctors and scientists and all that stuff. They're with the boy costumes.
Well, and I do kind of hate because, I agree with you. Like, if you want to be sexy, be sexy. But a lot of times it's like, because when we were looking I ended up making my own Ghostbusters costume. But, like, there was, like, the dude costume that came in giant dude sizes and had all the cool, like, accoutrements with it. And then there was, like, the girl, quote-unquote, Ghostbuster costume that, like, dip down to like the zipper went down to your belly button and with like short shorts, and it's like that's not really like the female costume equivalent. That's a very different thing. So a lot of times it's just you're as a woman you don't get necessarily a costume that's accurate to what you want to be made in your size. There's definitely an angle to it.
And that starts really early, I will say. That is one thing that I have found a little upsetting for me as a mom is that like the little teeny kid costumes are just what they are. You know, they're just that you look like whatever the character is or whatever. But it is, I mean, we are just 3 or 4 years away from these little costumes, which are princesses or whatever, cartoon characters, but then like have weird knee-high stockings with them and weird crap like that. Mm-hmm. You know, that just like aren't part of the princess character, but they just come with it. Or like the skirt for instead of being like a floor-length ball gown, like a lot of the princesses tend to wear, are like knee length.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Good question.
I don't know. I'm just saying all the costumes should be all together. The only thing they should group them by is size so that I can just take Charlie to that size of costumes and say, look at all of these costumes. They will fit you. And I don't know how to sew, so I won't have to fix anything. Wear any of this. This is all for you.
And she'll still pick a princess because she loves princesses. I agree with you that they should be all together, but your specific little girl, I'm not saying all little girls, Charlie Gale McRoy freaking loves princesses.
Well, all I'm saying is that through all of middle school, I went as a hippie every year for Halloween. And so I got cool eventually, and maybe she will too.
That was cool?
No, I mean like after that.
Oh, okay, good. Good. Because I was going to say, that's not super cool.
No, I went as a hippie like every year because I didn't have to buy any costumes. I just wore stuff I already owned.
Yeah. I went as Alice in Wonderland in 6th grade, but not Alice in Wonderland, Alice in Wonderland with vampire teeth and a leather jacket and black combat boots. Because why not, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you were like scary Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, I don't really get why I did that.
Alice in Wonderland already has kind of an edge to her, don't you think?
Well, the story is pretty trippy. I don't know about Alice herself. She just kind of like weebles around and talks about tea and some stuff.
Now, Alice in Wonderland from the video game Alice Madness Returns. That's an edgy Alice who also kills people.
See, I think Alice has an edge to her intrinsically. I've watched, Charlie's really into the Alice in Wonderland, the old cartoon movie. And I've watched it many times now. And I've thought about it very deeply. I think she's got an edge.
Now you're talking about popular Halloween costumes from your time, like the Fresh Princes and the patties, right?
Patty mayonnaise.
Yes.
I don't know if that was a heavy hitter in our day.
No, I don't know if did I miss any of the like major.
One that I can think of, because God, everybody had that horrible mask, the Scream costume.
Oh, the Scream costume.
Oh, everybody had it. They had it at school. People were running around in those all, like, for the whole month of October, you had jerks in Scream masks.
It was, you are absolutely right. Like, it was scary. I hated every time I saw somebody wearing one. They freaked me out because, that's what they would do if they were really the Scream killer.
But yeah, I mean, that joke was played multiple times in the movie. It was very meta. It's like, oh, you're spooky. You're the Scream killer. And then you stab me.
Yeah. Could I just, this is my call to action, please just stop with the Scream masks, okay? Everybody.
Like 15 years or something. I don't know.
Just stop. It's scary. My name is Sydney. I don't like it. Please stop with the Scream masks. Thank you.
But anyways, are you done with the Scream masks?
I'm done with the Scream masks.
Okay. I was looking at the most popular costumes of this year, and I feel like the most popular female Halloween costume for this year is Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad, which I like. Character Day alone, which was in September, there were like, I don't even know, like 6 girls I passed in the hallway. I know I only see like 1% of the people at my school during any given day.
Sure.
And that was a very popular Halloween costume. But I also found an article online that has a lot of popular Halloween costumes that I guess there is a fashion show or something for popular Halloween costumes to dress as. And just the first two, the first one is a Snapchat app with puppy ears, like the filter.
Oh, yeah.
And then sexy poop emoji and sexy heart eyes emoji and Miss Columbia, which I guess is like the one who is miscrowned, which isn't that like really awful?
Aw,
That's really sad.
seems
Like, why would
mean.
people do that? Like, she was crowned and then it got taken away from her, which I think is very sad. Alexander Hamilton also, except sexy Alexander Hamilton,
Okay.
because why not?
Why don't we just skip it and somebody be sexy Lin-Manuel Miranda?
You know it's gonna happen somewhere.
Well,
Sexy pizza slice.
oh,
Why can't you just go as a pizza slice? Why has it got to be sexy?
I want to see how
Also
you make a
doesn't look like
pizza slice sexy.
I'll describe
Guys,
it to
I
you.
love pizza. I find pizza very sexy.
I'll
Well,
describe
that's
it.
true, actually. It already is.
I'll describe this costume to you the best way I can. Imagine like a light beige colored tight dress with a pizza slice down the middle with toppings on it, and then the crust comes up around behind your neck, kind of like a vampire collar.
Uh-huh.
That's it. That's the whole thing.
Just be pizza.
But there are a lot of basic costumes this year, I will say. A lot of generic, not basic, generic, like non-specific character costumes.
See, the advantage of those kinds of costumes is that people know what you are. And that's always a tricky thing for me. Like, do you care if everyone, wherever you're going at the party or whatever, is going to know what you are? Justin does not care. If it's funny and clever, he's all in. And that, to me, is upsetting and nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Because I want people to know who I am. I don't want to have to answer the question.
See, that's my thing. I don't have to explain it.
I went as Daria one year, and for whatever reason, I was to the T, I was Daria, and I was either, people didn't know who I was, or they mistook me for Velma,
That
from Scooby-Doo.
doesn't make sense.
which I know, right? Like, they're not this, they're
like, I
clearly
have
not the
dressed
same.
as Velma before for a character day, and she wears an orange turtleneck and a burgundy skirt.
That is not Daria, and I found that very upsetting. Now, I got it the many years that I went as Buffy, which was my, like, throw-together cliche costume, because,
Yeah.
like, ponytail, leather jacket, carry a stake, maybe I can find a cross necklace, done. I'm
Yeah.
Buffy. Like, that was it.
But to be
That was-
fair, that's a pretty innocuous costume. Like, I've always wanted to do like Buffy cosplay or Buffy Halloween costumes, but it's really hard to pull one from there that's recognizable and distinctive, but like also not like, I don't know, like doable, you know?
Yeah. Well, and that's I mean, like, as we were talking about the levels of costumes, as you ascend into the pop culture realm, I think that's the next level up. Like, you go from being like a generic like thing or animal or portrayed a
Deer.
decade like 50s girl. How many people went as 50s girl
Yeah, I
or
was
50s guy?
kids
I just
there.
remember lots of poodle skirts, you know.
Yeah.
But then you ascend to like the popular culture level where like that, and that was where I really found like this was my niche. Justin and I went as Wayne and Garth. That was a slam dunk.
Which I've done before.
We went as Bill and Ted. I really enjoyed that costume. It was incredibly comfortable. I've gone as Sookie Stackhouse. Everybody like that. That's really easy.
I
I
don't
was
know
just
what that is.
from True Blood.
Oh, did you just wear like the restaurant shirt?
Yeah, I just got the restaurant shirt and the little green thing, like the pouch to keep my little pad and my
Oh, that's cute.
like to keep my checks in and stuff.
I see
It
a
was
lot
really
of
easy.
cute couples as Linda and Bob Belcher. I feel like that's a very easy but
Yeah.
recognizable, which you wouldn't think like, really, is that gonna, people are gonna know who you are? But it reads.
No, that one's an easy one. Justin and I went as from Family Guy, Peter and Lois
Yeah.
once. Those kind of pop culture costumes. I think like part of it is your way, just like when you dress up as something quote unquote sexy, like you want people to like look at you and be like, whoa, nice. Or maybe you just want to look at yourself in the mirror and say like, whoa,
nice.
nice.
Well, that's
Either way is fine.
I think people have different goals. I think that's true.
Exactly. It just depends. Maybe you just want to feel good. Maybe you like attention. Either way is fine. When I dressed as something pop culture, it was so that people would look at me and go, clever. Or cool. Like when I went to Starbuck from Battlestar Galactica, I wanted people to say, "Whoa, cool."
Oh, that's a great
Starbucks?
costume.
Starbuck, singular.
Singular Starbuck.
Yes, very cool character.
Yeah, or like when we went as the Doctor in River Song from
Yeah.
Doctor Who. That's what I wanted. Cool. And then I think like the next level of that is when you ascend to what is probably closer to what you've done before, Tay, with like full on cosplay, which is when you actually take time to recreate a character or something not just sort of dress like them, but like really do it.
Yeah, I want all of my costumes. I just want an excuse to like run around feeling awesome and like possibly get to have a cool weapon, and like it's just kind of like living the fantasy for a day. I did the same costume for 3 years over Halloween, just because I loved the costume so much. I was Ash from Army of Darkness, and I had like a chainsaw arm and like the you know like the S Smart shredded shirt and like the gun holster and everything. And it's, other than the chainsaw arm, it's not a very clear read. Most people are like, what are you? Like, you're bloody. I'm like, no, you should know this. But that was just so much fun to just have that costume on and be that character.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually will be honest, I am more excited to wear my Mabel Pines costume than I am my Belle costume, because my Belle costume, I'm very excited. It will be very cute. And I love Belle. She's my second favorite Disney princess.
Wait, who's your first favorite?
Rapunzel.
Oh, that's
I've made
right.
this clear, Sydney.
Well, okay, wait. I have a question though.
Why am I not being Rapunzel?
Yes.
I don't want to have to wear a wig, and Belle is my second favorite, and also I already have brown, like, medium length hair.
Also, if your party is boring, you can just split out and read a book, and everyone will be like, she's so in character.
That's so true.
I love it. I love how practical. Like, I would go as my first favorite Disney princess, but I'll go as my second favorite because my hair is the same color. It's like, instead of don't dream it, be it, you're like, well, I guess I am it, so I'll dream that instead.
Be it if it's convenient.
And your hair is brown.
Okay, cool. Thanks, guys. Like I was saying before, I'm more excited for my Mabel Pines costume because it will be very cute, and I feel like it will read and is more something that I'm be like, this is such a cool costume.
That is a very cool idea.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
That'll be fun.
I really wish Justin and I had been able to pull together. He wanted to be Steven Universe. And
but he's already, he just wears that shirt.
I know
He's
he
good.
has the shirt, and he is like, he could be a great Steven Universe, but what am I going to be that I can put together in this time frame? Not me. I can't make anything. I once made a Rainbow Bright costume when I was in college, not sexy Rainbow Bright, just straight up Rainbow Bright, and I bought fabric and stapled it on me. Like, not to my skin, but like I put on my show choir dress because it had a blue skirt, and then I just stapled fabric to it until I had created a Rainbow Bright costume.
Which I will say was a pretty good Rainbow Bright costume. I've seen pictures.
Yeah, it was good. It was good
It
for
was
staples,
good.
right?
For staples, yeah.
But,
You'll
like-
never be able to take it off. You still have it on.
No,
You
I
just never take it off.
I just had to like tear it apart. Like, it didn't come off in one unit.
Then wait,
It was
did
just
you say you
pieces
went
of
as-
costume falling off of me.
Did you say you went as Rainbow Bright several times in a row?
No, just once.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you went several times in a row. I was going to say, now how did that work in between?
Sydney, you could have had the perfect evolution of a classic costume to go along with the Steven Universe. Cookie
What?
Cat. You should have been
I
Cookie
guess
Cat.
that's
That would've been
true.
That would have been
I
so
gotta-
cute and clever
Does it-
and referential.
Does
just
this
like a-
even have a...
Huh?
Does this even have a little lady friend?
He does.
I don't know what her name is.
I don't know. I don't watch
I've never
it enough.
actually
I
seen an
watch it.
episode of Steven Universe, but I've seen the intro, like, theme music, and I feel like she's in the little theme song.
I watch it some.
It's like black hair and glasses and wears a hat. You could have been that.
It's funny how much more popular I think cartoon costumes are too.
Yeah,
You know,
that's true.
Because like, I mean, I guess The Simpsons has been I mean, I think especially back in the 90s, a lot of people went as a Simpson. But more and more like people go to cartoons for inspiration.
Well, as a comic book fan, I mean, I've always wanted to do, superhero related costumes, and really like the good ones. It's only been in like, I don't know, maybe like the past 5 or 10 years, but like I've loved Harley Quinn since like that was my first tattoo when I was like 19 years old, were the diamonds. Like I've loved that character for a long time, and I've always wanted to do like the classic Jester look, but the costumes really came out like en masse like 3 years ago, and they've always been present, but before that it just was hard to find that kind of stuff. Like there wasn't a demand, so they didn't make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say, among my friends and generation at least, older costumes, like older characters, are popular. I won't say older. Well, I mean, like Pulp Fiction is a 90s movie, right?
Yeah.
One of my friends is dressing as Mia Wallace, and one of her guy friends is dressing as the
John Travolta character.
Yeah, I don't know what his name is, but
I
they are
actually don't
dressing
remember.
as those
Vince?
two.
Vince, is that his name?
Yes.
I can't
Royale with cheese.
But they're dressing as those
no.
two, like for my Halloween party. And I mean, I guess The Office isn't a super old show, but like by the time it was going on, we were younger, so like we wouldn't have been watching it. So like people just started watching it like again recently. So my best friend is dressing as Jim from The Office.
Yeah.
Like that's a very popular. It's an easy costume too.
That
Like the
is super
costumes from
easy.
movies that are real people, I feel like are very easy because cartoons are like cartoon characters. So like they're bright colors and
And they tend to wear the
crazy-
same clothes
Yeah,
every
every
time.
episode.
Yeah, which is a lot easier as opposed to like we talked about going as Leslie Knope and Ron Swanson.
Mm-hmm.
Justin and I did, and I think Ron Swanson would be easily recognizable.
Yeah.
I don't know that I could dress as Leslie Knope in a way
Now
that
see-
people would know who I was right away.
A girl at my school dressed as Leslie Knope for character day, and her best friend dressed as Ann Perkins,
Uh-huh.
and they did a very good job. Like I don't know them, but I saw them in the hallway, and the girl who was Leslie Knope wore like a gray power suit kind
Yeah.
of, like a gray like women's suit with a top underneath, and curled her hair. She already had blonde hair, and made an ID badge that said Pawnee Parks and Recreation Department, and had a picture
Oh.
of Leslie, like the actual Leslie Knope on there, and
Wow.
said Leslie Knope. And then she had a waffle in her pocket, and her purse had a can of whipped cream sticking out, and she had a sign that said Nope 2012.
Wow.
And her best friend was Ann Perkins, just wore scrubs and had an Ann Perkins badge and a sign that said Nope 2012.
That's pretty cool.
Cute. I did see some Ron Swanson and breakfast couples costumes because that that works.
I don't want to go as breakfast.
You could go as Ron Swanson.
You could go as Ron Swanson and Justin could go as breakfast.
Justin could go as breakfast.
How about Justin and I both go as Ron Swanson and we'll just blow it? Like, who are you? We are Ron Swanson. We are one.
Say everything in unison.
That'd be good.
We went as Twin Peaks characters last year, and I was really excited about that.
Those were good costumes. I just looked up the characters so I could see how your costumes looked compared to the actual character because I've never seen that show. You did a really good job.
I was Audrey
Good
Horne
characters.
through and through.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love those pictures of you from that.
But yeah, I'm very excited about Halloween this year, and I'm excited to see all the costumes, and I'll keep all updated.
All
Since
right.
it's the end of the spooky season,
Keep us posted.
time for the ultimate trial of spookiness, Halloween.
If we all survive Halloween.
We all survive.
Everybody listening should post your pictures of your costumes.
Yeah. From past Halloween.
From now or from your teen years. Yeah,
Yeah,
all your
that's even
triumphant
better.
teen costumes. I know they're out there somewhere. I have a picture of me as Sailor Moon. I think you have a picture, Taylor, of yourself as... wait, were you Sailor Moon?
Yeah.
Or were you Sailor...
Oh no,
yeah, you were Sailor
I
Moon.
was Sailor Moon.
You were the leader. I knew.
I had the other girls there too, but I was Sailor Moon.
We need a picture of you dressed as Sailor Moon.
There's
is
a
what I'm saying,
picture
Riley.
of me in the talent show wearing it's not a good costume at all, but I was Sailor Jupiter.
We just dig out the old Sailor Moon costume and like just put it on just for posterity's sake. We need
Honestly-
everybody in it.
If we still had it, I still have to put together my Belle costume. If we still had it, I would totally dress as Sailor Moon for my Halloween party.
I could make you Sailor Moon.
I have until Saturday, and it's Wednesday, so
And see,
you know.
there are readily available good Sailor Moon costumes, like on just average costume websites now. That's the how far we've come.
Yeah.
So share with us your costumes. You should put them on the Facebook page, Still Buffering on Facebook. I'm sure Mom has like a whole book of pictures of us in
God.
costume
Oh,
that
yeah.
she's about to unleash on the internet. So
Great.
thank you, sisters, as always.
You're welcome.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Thank you, everybody listening. You can tweet at us at stillbuff. You can email us at stillbuffering@maximumfun.org with suggestions or comments. If you would like to place a Jumbotron ad on our show, you can go to maximumfun.org/Jumbotron and then let us know what you want to say to your loved one or friend or buddy or just nothing mean.
Yeah, not your enemy.
But we're not going to put your friend on blast for you.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do that on your own. And if you will, take a second to subscribe to our show as well and share it with a friend maybe.
Yeah,
Tell your friends about it. If you were a teenager ever or currently,
the show's for you.
this show's for you. So there you go. And thank you to the Novellas for our theme song, Baby You Change Your Mind.
This has been Still Buffering, a sister's guide to teens through the ages. I am Riley Smurl.
I'm Sydney McElroy.
And I'm Taylor Swell.
I am a teenager.
And I
was too.
Baby, you change your mind. Hi, everybody. I'm Justin McElroy.
I'm Travis McElroy.
I'm Griffin McElroy.
And we host the first podcast ever made, My Brother and Me.
Every Monday, we put out the first ever advice comedy podcast ever.
They found our podcast on Dead Sea Scrolls.
We're the Hammurabi Code of podcasts, and we're ready to entertain you with jokes that we invented, the first jokes.
So join us every Monday on MaximumFun.org.
You'll never crack our code, Dan Brown. Just try me.
It's history in the making.
And in the faking. And it's all yours for the taking.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture.
Artist owned.
Listener supported.